I was like, wow. I mean, that's all I needed to hear. There is nothing like this.
What's up, everybody? Taylor here for another No Nonsense 9 University review. I'm super pumped today because we have this fella. His name is Bobby. He's in the house, and I have a lot of respect for Bobby. He is a veteran. He has been in sales for a long time, but recently, very, very recently, he decided to open his own Amazon FBA business, and now it's taken off, and I'm just excited to see where it goes. So what we want to do today is we kind of just want to give the people like an idea of where you're at, where you've been, that kind of thing. So Bobby, would you just introduce yourself to the people, tell them, a 30-second snippet just about you?
So hi, I'm Bobby. Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be here with you guys and talking about 9 University, talking about Amazon sales. I mean, me in a nutshell, I think I'm just an everyday guy out there. I do sales. There's a lot of salespeople in the world, but I do sales. I live and breathe sales. I love sales. I'm a veteran. I served in the Navy. I was a nuke EM on submarines. I'm excited about being here. I think this is an extension of what I do in life anyways. I sell.
Yeah. So let's start from the top, okay? So how long have you been in the 9 University program?
About 90 days, give or take a few days.
So that would be like maybe the beginning of August-ish, somewhere in there?
Yeah, August, September range. Yep.
Okay, so August, September range. So I know when your product first went live, right? So tell me about like the month of like September and October. What was that process like? What were you doing? All that kind of stuff.
So, of course, I saw y'all's ad on the Facebook about the 9 University program with the cool cards, and this isn't that. It's not the cool car. I love the ad. It did exactly what you teach in the course. It caught my attention. I really loved it. I honestly, the 2 or 3 weeks prior to seeing that ad, I had been looking at selling on Amazon. I'd been thinking about it. I'd heard people talking about it, and we all know Amazon is blowing up and selling huge numbers online. But when I come across that course and you guys talked about the 200% ROI, nobody else had talked about that kind of ROI up front, and then you talked about targeting products that had low competition but high demand. I was like, wow, I mean, that's all I needed to hear. I said, these guys know what they're talking about. I got to know more. I got to learn more. So obviously I joined the course. So I methodically went video by video by video, learning, researching, checking products and following along. Found a product that I liked. I actually found 7 or 8 or 9 products, and I had samples sent and things coming in, and I isolated that down to something that I felt, not only, this is something that comes up a lot online with our group, 7 and 7 is a starting point. It really is. It's just something that lets you identify something. It's going to evolve. It may be a 7 and 5. It may be an 8 and 7. Once you pick it and you get it in, that's going to fluctuate. You need to forget about that. You've already made a decision, this is my product. And once you pull it in, I look at something and I say, is it going to be quality? Am I going to get great reviews? Am I going to minimize any negative or returns? Something we're getting it made in China, obviously, so we want to make sure we're still getting a quality product at a good price with 200% ROI. But is it something I would buy? I could see me selling something I might not personally consider purchasing, but as a consumer, from the consumer's eyes, is it quality? Would I purchase it? So that was kind of my thing. Or would my friends and family, would I tell them about it? Maybe I don't like polyester sheets, but polyester sheets are amazing. And yeah, they would buy it. And this is a quality polyester sheet, just for an example. So once a product met that criteria, then I ordered it. Now I made sure, get that ghost listing up, try to make sure, my first product has batteries. So I put that ghost listing up, and 2 or 3 days later, one of the variations actually threw up a flag and said, hey, you need this MSDS sheet and you need these things or you can't sell it. That would have been disastrous to figure out at the point of shipping, and maybe not get through it. It took me a week or 10 days to get through that and get that product approved to be a ghost listing. So that was a huge tip, making sure that I did that. And then just following through with the manufacturers, negotiating. I spent a lot. I mean, that first 60 days, I did my day job and then I clocked in here and I got 4 hours sleep a night for 60 days, and I put in the work. So the work's coming back now. So that first period up to getting a product launched was a lot of time sampling products, isolating the product, ordering the product, negotiating the product. And then once I isolated it, which will probably be your next question, I don't want to steal your questions, but once I isolated that product, I placed my order, put up my deposit. I then shifted gears, and once I got my branded product, I got it to me as quick as possible so that I could get the photos made, so I could start optimizing that listing. I used Honey Badger, but I also I took what they gave me, but I worked it. I worked it myself. I didn't just throw that in there. It's my listing. So I wanted to understand it. I wanted to massage it. I wanted to make it, so I put myself in it too. By the time my product was ready to ship, I had a fully, 7 photos optimized, Helium 10, 8.0 out of 10. The only thing that wasn't there was the reviews, obviously. So right. I made sure I had that. And then I built my PPC campaigns. I watched y'all's courses and went on through. I built my PPC campaigns. I had them in the background paused. And I think that helps. I don't know, but I think that helps with how those spiders crawl around and they figure things out. I think because when I turned the PPC on, once I got the 10 reviews, it just blew up. But I think that was because it was there and it was ready and it was built and it had been sitting there a couple weeks by the time it was to that point,
I love everything that you're saying. I didn't want to stop you because what you're talking about it in such detail and so much thoroughness that like the biggest thing that we want people to understand, right, is that Amazon is 100% an amazing opportunity and it's not too late. It's not, all this, but what we want to make sure that people understand is that it's not easy, right? You got to put in the work and you have put in the work. You know what I mean? And that's amazing. So you went through all of that, right? September, October timeframe. And then if I'm not mistaken, your product first went live on November 8th, right? Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I would consider the point at which I got it to the review level and turned the switch on PPC November 8th. Got to my 10 reviews.
And then
so it probably would have been on a few weeks before that, getting reviews and getting optimized. But as far as I'm concerned, it went live November 8th. That's when you flip that PPC switch.
Gotcha. So you got up, your product went live about 45 to 60 days after you joined the program, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
And then what were your results November for the month of November? What did that result look like?
I ended up my first month at about 11,000 and some change.
All right. So I'm going to make this a little bit easier on you. Okay. I'm actually going to do a little screen share here. But so in November, it was like 10, 11K, right? And then so far in December, we are filming this on December 7th. Where are you at from December 1st to December 7th so far?
Yeah, I broke 7,000 last night, about 7,300 this morning. I've already got another $200 or $300 in sales this morning.
Okay. So, all right, guys, this is ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to share my screen right here. This is inside one of our student groups on Facebook, and I just searched for Bobby, and this is him. And so, guys, what he's talking about is real. He's been posting in here all of these different days. So we look back at, November 13th, cracked his first 100K. 100K. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, right? Cracked his first 1,000 there. And then we keep scrolling up, right? November 21st, we're at 4K. We keep scrolling up. First 30 days, here it is. So this was basically the end of, this is the one, this was 16 hours ago. So this is basically first 30 days,
somebody's been conversating on that one. So that's actually right. That's the end of the month, 10,000.
Right. And so, November 29th, we see 9K, November 24th, 6,500. They're all out of order. But I think what's so impressive about this is we kind of have been able to see, he saw on Cyber Monday, 79 units sold, $1,800, all of this, 30-day sales, $12,650. November 30th, I love this one. I love that you post this. I love the fact that this is here. And this is the reason why I love this, right? $10,000, obviously, that's a big milestone, right? That's a big milestone. And I love the fact that this is what you said. You say, this is a big deal to me and my family. Just broke 10K gross sales month to date, my first month. Technically started November 8th. My personal goal is 5K. If you had told me that was possible a few months ago, I would not have believed it. Thank you, God, family, and 9U. This is incredible. And then you literally posted 2 hours ago this morning that through December, we're at $7,084. And you already said you've already done a couple $100 so far this morning, right?
Yep. That's
okay.
Right.
All right. Here's the question, man. So here's what I want to know. You've been in the program for about 90 days. Your product's been up for, 30, 45, somewhere in there, right? Talk to me about what your secret sauce is. Because there's got to be a secret sauce. Like you're seeing these results. And I'm going to be really honest with anybody who's watching this on YouTube. The results that Bobby is getting right now are not typical. We don't see everybody getting these results that Bobby is. So Bobby, what are you doing that's so special? That's the secret sauce. What are you doing?
You need to stand out in a sea of indifference. I mean, what do I mean by that? When you have a product, am I the only person selling this? No, there's 5,000 people selling something very similar to this. I branded it, I made it my own, and I put it out there. But in that listing, I still made it my own product. But that's through the process. You guys teach that. You guys teach branding. You teach making the right title, keywords, bullet points, product description. You know, I researched very heavily how to do those things. I used Honey Badger. Honey Badger helped immensely, but I still took what they gave me and I tweaked it, and I built my PPC campaign around all of that. So I think the secret sauce, if I had to say it, is just being disciplined to the process and looking past the product itself. Because you can easily get married to a product and think, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you're trying to pitch a product. I don't think that's what we do here. I think we follow the process, and the process yields a great result.
What would you say to somebody who comes at you, Bobby, and they say, okay, you know, obviously, congratulations on your success, but the only reason that you're having success is because you got lucky and you picked the right product and you won the lottery on the product, and most people aren't going to. What would you say to that response?
Well, I would say that would be my thought too. So I launched a second product. I actually have a second product up. It went up 2 weeks after first product. And the second product is totally unrelated, totally separate category. One's a toy and one's a pillow, you know. And the second product, it's crazy because the second product's already selling, doing amazing. And I just got it to the review point, just on PPC. It's, you know, I've probably pushed 100 units already of that one out of 500 that I started with. When you go in and the keywords that I put in the day I found the product under 7 and 7, when I put in those same keywords and hit boost 9, I'm number 4 out of the 10. And I'm green and green with the reviews and over 5K in revenue. I'm number 4 in those 10, and that product's been going less than a month. And I'm already cracked where I wanted to be. I mean, what does that say? I mean, it's stupid, right?
That's amazing. You didn't do any, you just followed the process. And we've said this over and over and over again, is that here's the thing, is that I personally do not believe Amazon FBA is the most difficult thing in the world. It's definitely not the easiest thing in the world, right? But I don't believe it's the most difficult thing in the world because everyone could have access to the knowledge, right? It's what you do with that knowledge, how hard you work, what you're going to put into it, and that's what you're going to get out. And that's what I'm so pumped, you know, for what you've been doing. Bobby, let me ask you this. What, you know, over the past 90 days, what has been the hardest thing for you with the course or with Amazon or any part of this process? What's been the hardest part?
Well, I agree with you that selling on Amazon, once you understand the process and once you're in the process, is not hard. You know, once you understand it, it works. But having said that, the process isn't hard, but the work is. You will work. You will put in the hours. If you're going to be successful, you will work. You will put in the hours. It is not easy. So I think the hardest thing to this point is a couple things. The work required to be at this level in 90 days was immense. I put in 2 full-time jobs, so I did do a lot of time, and I'm still going to do a lot of time. But we're talking about replacing my day job, right? We're talking about leaving it. Why wouldn't I put as much effort into this or more than I do my day job? And again, I'm not going to take away from my day job. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to put that effort in this. So the hard thing is the work required. I think the second thing is maybe a little bit of the unknown, because everybody's facing the unknown with this. You have no idea. You have no idea. You understand what you're being told and you're learning what you're being told, but you've never experienced the result. So the hard thing is getting past that and trusting the process and following the process, because human nature, I fall back to that a lot because I'm in sales and I love human nature and understanding it. Human nature is to make an excuse and to deviate and to say something failed because of X or Y, and we don't take ownership of it. So, you know, taking ownership, putting in the work, and getting through the unknown and learning this. You have to learn this. I mean, if you really want to make 6 figures, be $1 million seller, I mean, I want to be $1 million seller. I got a big income to replace. And to do that, you're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. You know, there's been things come up that were challenging, and I thought, oh my God, you know, but I got through them. You know, and they're going to have more of those moments. I expect them. I try to preempt them, but they're going to happen.
That's amazing. Everything you're saying is so accurate, man. I love everything about it. And honestly, we're kind of winding this down, but what I'm most excited about, man, is to do another one of these in 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whenever it is, right? And I'm excited to see the growth. I'm excited to see, you know, where you're at over 180 days instead of just, you know, basically a 30, 45 day period. That's what I'm really excited about. So you've kind of already given this answer, but I want to emphasize it even more because it's so important. If someone is sitting there and someone says, okay, and this is just Amazon, not the course, just Amazon. If somebody's sitting there going, should I start an Amazon FBA business or should I not? What would you tell them?
Well, I guess that answer would depend on if you want to change your life or not. Are you happy with what you got? Are you happy with where you're at? Well, I guess stay there. But if you want to change your life, if you want to make, I see Amazon on Cyber Monday broke its own record for sales in the whole world. You know, it's stupid. I mean, if I can get a sliver of that, I would love to have a sliver of that. FBA gives you the ability to reach a market that's immense. I mean, I drive by stores now going down the road when I'm working, and I'm like, why would I ever open a brick and mortar? I don't understand it. I mean, what, they got customers within 5 miles of them? I got customers all over the United States. People ordered my product in Canada, Alaska, Utah. I mean, it's all over. Where else can you reach that kind of a market? And I know, quite honestly, I mean, I'm just like, it's like the tip of the iceberg where I'm at, because I still have a lot to learn. There's so much more that can be done to grow this thing.
Yeah. Okay. So you said it before, and I'm just going to reemphasize. We're at the very end of the video, right? We haven't paid you to say any of this. We haven't offered you any kind of compensation. I want your true and honest answer. Whatever it is, we're going to put it up. But if someone goes, okay, I want to do Amazon, right? They say, you know, I'm not happy with where I'm at. I want to do Amazon. What would you say to someone if they said, should I use 9 University as an education platform to build my Amazon business?
Yeah, I'll be clear. I've been paid nothing, expect to receive nothing for what I'm going to say. But what I will say is 1,000,000%. If you're going to get into Amazon, this is, I mean, and I looked around. Number one, the process itself works. And the fact that we're going in and you're targeting this level of ROI in the beginning is brilliant, because you're going to spend it. You know, you're going to spend a good chunk of that. You're going to spend half of that getting where you need to be. So if you want to make money, you could start like all these other people teach, and you're going to give away products is what you're going to do. And you're probably going to pay to sell on Amazon. So the brilliance of 9 University, number one, is teaching how to get in there and actually make money and have the money to market yourself and go through. So 1,000,000%. And then the community is incredible. So the fact that we have a community of people in this group that are like family, and family is, you guys, it starts at the top. You guys stress family, and you love us, and you love your family. And that's evident. So this is a great group, a great family. They support each other. Just the group itself is worth the course. The course is free.
That's amazing, Bobby. Listen, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope any of you guys who are watching this anywhere out there in the world really, got something from this. So once again, thank you, Bobby. Really appreciate you, man.
You're welcome.